A priest slapped people because they did not cut the grass or something. Another one is happening in Lokoja diocese. Who are you to judge? Are you God? Allow God to judge. A lot of abuse happening in the church are being covered because people are told, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. So people usually misunderstand judgment and criticism, requesting accountability, picking out when people do wrong. This phrase invites us to respect ourselves because we are priests, we are prophets, we are kings, and those who are in elevated places of leadership, the priests, the imams, pastors, and we are to respect these people just like we respect the secular leaders because every authority comes from God. So it is not an invitation to see leaders, whether religious or political, but especially religious leaders, as people that are above reproach, above criticism, and should never be questioned. Nathan confronted David for the sin that he committed. David was sorry. The problem we have today is that people try to call out leaders, those who should show examples. When they are not defending themselves, they give you a bad name. I have friends who are also speaking about some abuses, about some ills in our church. People always attack them. I usually don't get enough of that. Maybe you should give me more. People attack them. You are not happy, you are sad because you left the seminaries. The reformation of the church came from within. It is from within that the best change can come. When people who have identified with this faith are speaking up, people should not label them as unhappy ex-seminarians or unhappy anyone. This is not an attack. Everyone deserves respect. Biblical leadership is all about servanthood, integrity, accountability. A lot of abuse happening in the church are being covered because people are told, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Who are you to judge? Are you God? Allow God to judge. It's not judgment. This is an invitation for people to hold their leaders accountable. During our elections, we hear a lot from the pulpits. We hear so much. In fact, so many politicians go to different pulpits, stand there and declare their intention. Religion has become a very big platform. Think about the last presidential election in Nigeria. Every church, even some imams were speaking up. Just as these people invite us to be good citizens, to hold our political leaders accountable, we are also to be invited to hold them accountable. If we hold them accountable, then they will be careful who they suggest for us to hold accountable. They will be careful how they live. I think Nigeria is messed up, not just politically, but even religiously. And if we can get it right with religion, then we will begin to get it right with politics. Religion is at the heart of how we live and what we believe. And if I believe in a thing, if that thing I believe in changes me, I live my life as a changed person, as a new person, and that affects everybody. That affects the politics of the society. We will get it right when we get religion right. When you see your parish priest, your pastor, your imam doing something that is not right, call him to order. A priest slapped people because they did not cut the grass or something. Another one is happening in Lokoja diocese. A lot of abuse. And if you think it's just in the Catholic Church, a friend just told me that the place where the mother goes to church, the pastor's wife went to use this kind of toilets where you go to the toilet and then you flush it. The pastor's wife used the toilet and then called somebody to fetch water and go flush the toilet. So another person to fetch water and go flush the toilet. The abuse in the church, when we speak about these things, is not just in the Catholic Church. The abuse in the church is in every place where people gather to assent to one form of belief or the other. When we get it right with religion, we'll probably begin to get it right with politics. We all are terrible people. I'm sorry to say that, but Maybe a few are like Peter Obi, not so many of us Nigerians. If we think we are very religious people, then we are probably not getting it right. So, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm does not mean that you should not hold your religious leaders accountable. It's not an excuse for lack of accountability. In fact, the church should begin to see some of these issues as opportunities to witness to love, bold witness to what Christianity stands for. In this instance that I just mentioned, where the priest slapped some people because they didn't cut the grass, as it is going right now, they have been able to convince all the victims to say that nothing happened. That if nothing happened, so nobody can do anything about it. This is not an attack on the church. This is a clarion call for all of us. If we say we are religious people, to get it right religiously, let justice. A lot of people have been abused. A lot of people have been traumatized. And this is probably why there's this mass exodus out of Catholicism, going back to tradition. Tradition is not bad, but why are people actually leaving? People left the Catholic Church and they went to all these other places and they found that the issue is still there. Abuse of clerical powers, clerical authority is still there. I invite us, Catholics, Christians, Muslims in Nigeria, let us begin to get religion right. If we don't want to get religion right, we may never get politics right.